We're so excited today to have Ashley Daley with us. She is one of the most incredible estheticians that I've met. She loves HydraFacial and HydraFacial Keravive. And the purpose today to have her here is to talk about her successes and things she's passionate about dealing with and using HydraFacial Keravive, what she's seen in the practice, and just tips and tricks and ideas she can share with us today. My name is Beth Mahaley. I'm training and education manager for HydraFacial, specifically for scalp health and hair health with HydraFacial Keravive. And I'm thrilled to have Ashley here. I'm going to turn it over to Ashley and let her tell you a little bit about her.
Hi, my name is Ashley Daley. So I've been in the derm world for about 6.5 years, specifically medical esthetician for a little over 3. And I love the environment of being in a medical field with getting into more advanced treatments and more specific targeted areas like the scalp. There isn't anything else out there like it. So I'm honored to have it within our practice and just love the idea of working anything medical and going beyond the scope of a normal facial or a normal treatment. And HydraFacial is just all of those things wrapped into one. It's beyond your normal scalp and face treatment. So I'm really excited to be talking to you guys.
Ashley, I love that you said that. And I love what you said and how you said it. And you're just mimicking or echoing exactly what I say and I feel. And I've actually never heard it verbalized like that. And I love what you said. When you said you love the medical part of it. You love that you work in a medical practice, and the idea of treating the scalp is a little more medical, isn't it? It's a little more scientific, 100%. A little more medical. So it's really digging deeper into what HydraFacial can do, the basis of HydraFacial, 3 steps, 30 minutes, the best skin of your life. And you can't deny incredible results with the facials. But now we're adventuring onto the scalp and knowing that there is a direct 100% connection between scalp health and hair health, right? No denying it. Because really, this that we spend hundreds of dollars on is what? Would say it again?
I was just saying yes. Yeah, that I agree 100%. Exactly. If we spend all that money there, you have to be protecting it, or, what's the point of doing that? Same thing with the HydraFacial for the face,
Exactly.
Got to use those products, got to take care of it, clean it out and do all that good stuff. Same thing goes for the scalp. So I didn't know any of this about the scalp prior. So now knowing it, I tell all of my patients about Keravive because it works for anyone and everyone. And I love that you guys talk about that all the time, about how it can be for everyone, because there's not many things that work for everyone. So
exactly. And I love that. And I think it's really great that we have this to offer for over 100 million adults that are suffering with thinning and unhealthy scalp. We have that to offer. And that's so exciting. Well, digging down a little deeper into that, speaking about just the treatment itself, what has been your most successful method to talk about it? So maybe how do you explain it to your clients? And what is kind of your best pitch that you say that's been most successful?
I would say in the world we are in right now, what reality looks like for us now, there's so much stress going on. So when a patient comes into my room, they've already done so much to get here. And, they made their appointment, they know what they're looking for. And I just openly talk about all these stressors because with stress going on right now, we do see a lot of hair loss. So a lot of my patients that are coming in already, we are talking about everything from the skin to the scalp to, doing your medical skin checks and, making sure you're taking your products home. And I'm just basically opening the door and saying, if we're going to treat your face, if we're going to treat all these other areas, have you ever done anything for your scalp? And majority of the time, 90% of patients are looking at me like, wait, what do you mean my scalp is something wrong with, what's going on? No, scalp health is so important, cleaning it out. And have you realized, hair is thinning lately? And, people will come around and say, you know what? I've noticed that in the shower, it's a little bit more, or, since I've been dyeing my hair, treating it. And it's like, I just explained that it's so important to take care of your scalp, not only for hair growth, but you're talking about people with dandruff, psoriasis of the scalp, all of these other issues that they didn't know they could utilize something for. So because they don't know, I prefer to say it to every single one of my patients, whether they came in for a scalp treatment or wanting to know more about hair loss or not. I still always bring it up because, like I said earlier, 90% or more than that don't think about their scalp in that way. So you have to put it to them and explain to them, hey, you may have not thought about this or knew about this, but this is an opportunity for you, for anyone. So I kind of just talk about it openly, an open dialogue of kind of get personal with them. And I think that's the best thing we can do within our office here, is be more on a personal level with our patients and helping them find out new treatments they didn't know about before.
I love that, Ashley. I love everything about that. And I think some of the most successful hydrofacialists with Keravive have done exactly what you said. Don't make assumptions that people aren't going to be interested, is A.
Exactly.
And B is talk to everyone. So you have a captivated audience. They already love HydraFacial for the face. Then let's talk about exploring onto the scalp and educating them and why it's important. And I love you talked about scalp conditions too. That's massively important. Is your scalp itchy? Is it dry? Is it flaky? Is it painful? Is it inflamed? What are you feeling? Do you use a lot of hair products? Do you use dry shampoo? Do you have extensions? There's such a gamut of things. How often do you wash your hair? And all of those are such great questions leading in. And I love how you talk to everyone. And I think the key is having the knowledge and just giving a quick pitch and not assuming that everyone is not interested. Assume that everyone is, because we all are. It's amazing that even people with full heads of hair, they want to keep that hair. And guess what? Prevention, right? What do you find about that?
We actually have a good example. One of the MAs that's here, she has beautiful, long, thick hair. I mean, it is all the way down past the middle of her back. And you wouldn't think, looking at her hair, that she suffers from anything or she has had any issues. So in our practice, I choose to treat every single one of the employees with all the treatments we do in this office, because they will be able to verbally talk about it. And so that was one of the things we tried on her first. She was actually the model when we first trained for Keravive. And she was so shocked by the amount of gunk we took out of her scalp. And we were actually just talking about it this morning. So that was a year ago, almost a little over a year ago, actually. And she said that she hasn't noticed any of those flakes back. Now, if that could be 1 year of a treatment, imagine what she could experience if she was doing combinations. She was doing 3 months and back to back, which I did promise her we'll do one soon for her. But her hair, she just noticed a huge difference in the way it felt, the way it looked. It's so shiny, it's gorgeous. And she just loved the way, her favorite thing was how it felt. She was falling asleep in it. So, it's just, her hair is just beautiful. The way it felt after just having the treatment, that next day, it's just gorgeous. So it's more to it than just hair loss. It's so many different angles. So she is in love with it. And she is that perfect example of really thick, beautiful hair, but still needs help sometimes.
Absolutely. And I think it would be fair to say that we all age. And as we age, that affects our hair health too, no matter who you are, unless you're a very small percentage of people that happen to be lucky with a full, massive, healthy, non-shedding head of hair the rest of their life, very small percentage. So I think for her, maybe it would be a preventative education to say, hey, you've got this amazing, full, beautiful head of hair. You want to keep it like that. So prevention is key. And maybe you can speak to this too. From what I've learned is anything preventative that you're doing for obviously your face, you can equate it to your face too, or your scalp for your hair is cutting half the battle. So start early, right? Would you agree? And what's your experience with that?
I do, 100%. I feel the sooner you do it, the better. And I'm always wanting to jump right in. I have a lot of patients, a lot of older patients as well, that will say, am I a lost cause? Should I not should I not, start now? Is it pointless for me to do these treatments? And I'm like, it's never too late and it's never pointless, because you can
Exactly.
always have beautiful, clear, beautiful, gorgeous skin, and it not, you don't have to do a lot for it. So these treatments, going for HydraFacial in general, away from even just the scalp, just the HydraFacial within itself, I've noticed such big improvements in my older patients' skin. And, they're just so happy that they don't have to do all these crazy surgeries, that they
Yeah,
could
right.
have beautiful skin by
Yeah.
these simple steps of coming to see me. So it makes a
Love
huge
it.
difference. Yeah.
Love that. So key takeaway there is it's never too late. So
Never.
start early, keep doing it, even into, ageless. It's ageless, timeless. And when you look at the scalp or doing a consultation, what kind of questions do you ask? I think you hit on a couple but can you give us a couple again? And also, do you use any kind of tools to look at the scalp, like a dermatoscope or a magnifier or anything, or do you just
So
assess
usually
it?
a magnifier.
Okay.
I usually have them get propped in the bed. I get them all nice and comfortable. And then I have my magnifier light that I shine on. And then I also use the tools, combs, kind of clips to pull the hair to the side and go different angles, kind of moving the hair in different positions. I usually ask them, are they using anything for their hair currently? Any medicated shampoos, conditioners, any supplements? I also go over, are there any skin health issues going on with the scalp? Like, are you itchy? Are you red? Are you rashy? Do you notice anything happening with your scalp? And then, of course, talking about hair loss. We kind of go through different multiple, because sometimes patients will, I find that because it's not a big issue, they forget about it. And then all of a sudden you
Yeah.
ask them a question, like, oh my goodness, you know what? The other day I did realize again that my scalp was itchy, or this is going on. And then of course you always want to bring up, in the medical world, asking them if they do have any underlying health issues that could be causing these issues. But going through all those motions as we're kind of looking over the scalp, I also ask normal questions like, do you feel like your scalp could be better? Do you want to
Great
have healthy
question.
hair? Yeah, because some patients can say no to all of those, and they're like, oh, well, I guess it's not for me because I don't have any of these other issues going on. But then touching back on, it could always be better. Your hair could be
Exactly.
thicker, your hair could be brighter, it could
Mhm.
feel, lighter, not so heavy, and all these
Exactly.
things. So that's really important to ask too, because I would say 100% of those patients are going to say yes.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
so
That's what.
touching on those.
And I love the idea that you magnify or look closely at the scalp, because I think that's something that's massively important to really analyze what's going on. And if you're able to share that with them, it gets them highly motivated. Honestly, a picture up close of my scalp will keep me awake at night because it's like, whoa, it can show you everything you never wanted to see. And it
Yeah,
will motivate you to get HydraFacial Keravive like yesterday. And I
exactly.
think and it's also a great tool that if you take pictures or show them along the way the improvement, there's a way to meter
Yes.
it and to track it, even better, because they'll be
Mhm.
highly motivated and they can see their scalp is healthier, their follicles are healthier, all of those things. So I love that you're utilizing a tool too. And I love the questions that you ask as well. I know I wanted to ask you another question. Do you offer or recommend bundling with PRP, with supplements, certain kind of shampoos? Do you have a whole like ecosystem that you're giving them a holistic approach to hair health?
I am very happy to say that with our company, with Advanced Derm, we had some dermatologists that created a patent brand that we sell now called Proscriptics. And it launched not that long ago, and we keep selling out of it. It's a medicated shampoo and conditioner for thickening hair, thickening that
Wow.
hair, helping with hair loss. And then we also have supplements that we sell with it. So
Great.
what I usually do is, all of my patients that have some scalp issues that they're looking for that thicker hair, we bundle it together. So we will discount those products and offer that to them. So they're having a solution to more advanced in between their treatments, using the peptide spray that comes with the Keravive treatment, but also something that's more results lasting. So they're able to take these supplements and use a great shampoo conditioner to extend those results.
So smart and so great. So smart. Because I always say there's just not one path to a solution. There's multiple, because I feel like us as human beings, there's so many things that affect our health and our aging. So why not give them this wonderful complete package with your shampoo and conditioner, your new brand that you've created and launched, and your supplements as well. Because with the supplements, you're treating kind of from the inside out, what's deficient, right? And then topically, you're using HydraFacial Keravive, you just wouldn't want to use any old shampoo on your hair.
Yeah.
Right?
Opening those hair follicles, you want to make sure whatever's going in there is good quality stuff. So the amount of money you're also spending on your hair to get it styled and colored, you want to, make sure you're using something also color safe and, all that good stuff that's going to extend results, not just make your hair necessarily feel nice. There's more to just the texture of the hair. You want to make sure you're making a healthy scalp and maintaining that. So we're just very, very stoked that we were able to bring on and create that brand and help these patients extend these results. So it pairs so nicely with the Keravive. So
that's so wonderful. So what do you typically charge your client for a 1 month deal, 3 month deal, 6 month deal? Do you incorporate using the take home spray after 3 months, the 90-day treatment? Tell me a little bit about what that looks like, please.
So what we do here in the office is if they're only wanting to start with one treatment at a time and pay as they go, it's the normal price of the $550. And then if they do a package of 3, which is always highly encouraged to get full results, we have them save $150 and bundle it at $1,500 even. As far as 6 months, what I usually do is if they sign up for another 3 months, it's still the $1,500, but I usually give them a free take-home spray the second time.
Awesome.
So the take-home spray, an extra one, having it in there. So they'll have 2 bottles and use it as needed. I usually have them use it every single day. I know it kind of goes back and forth between, people's suggestions. I like having it being used every single day, so they do go through it. So they have the option of paying for it again if they're still within that 3 month time period. But if they book a whole nother set of 3, they get one at no cost, obviously. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
You save a lot of money by bundling.
Right. Save a lot of money by bundling. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Yeah. That's wonderful. That's such a great strategy. And I love how you give a little discount if they commit to a longer amount of time, and you kind of roll in a little freebie with that as well, the 6 months interval as well. And as far as before and after pictures, do you utilize that to help with supporting the sale and the positive feedback with HydraFacial Keravive? Do you take before and afters of most all your patients with HydraFacial Keravive?
Yes, so we do it with every single treatment, including Keravive. I find that the magnifier light that I actually use to give them their consult, I do the same thing. And I mean, it might be 5 pictures. Sometimes I've had to do 10, depending on where their problem areas are, because I move the hair different ways throughout the scalp and angle the camera to take a bunch of different photos. That would be their before. And then I'm always reviewing their before photos in between that 3 month time period. So I take the Keravive a little bit more common as far as before and after pictures. I take it throughout the whole cycle. So we take it in the very beginning. I take it when they come back for their second treatment. I take it when they come back for their third treatment, and then I bring them back usually 4 weeks after the third to take final photos. I try to do all the same angles and positions so they're able to see every little bit of the scalp that they don't normally see when they're looking in a mirror straight on. So it's really important that, people may be complimenting them, but that they want to visually see it too, because they can feel the difference, but they want to see the difference. So I try to do as many before and afters as possible.
No wonder you're wildly successful with this. It's not surprising at all. What a wealth of knowledge. With these clients and patients that you have, what would you say the percentages of their feedback of positivity how they feel about it, the results they've seen. You can give me just a general ballpark.
I'm 100% saying 100%. All of my patients have had little, I mean, like if it was little issues, all 100% satisfactory. So it's a great treatment all around.
That's amazing.
That's the only treatment I could say that about too, you know, because
Wow.
everything's different for everyone, but
Right.
it's 100% everyone's happy with the Keravive.
I love that, Ashley. And would you say that part of that is explaining to them that they have to do the course? They can't, it's not just one time and you're done and it's great. They have to commit to the course for a reason.
Yes. Yes,
absolutely.
It takes a lot of patience, but it's worth it at the end of the road.
Absolutely. I love that. And what do you say to patients when you're first consulting that may be hesitant about the treatment or the price? What do you usually do to overcome that?
I usually give them, especially with more serious issues like hair loss and stuff, when we're focused on just that, where they know they're going to commit with a minimum of 3 months treatment, I basically give them example of, okay, how much is this thinning hair or itchy scalp bothering you? And they sit there and think about it and they're like, well, you know, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking. Okay. I usually don't have a huge issue with cost, because when we're dealing with the scalp, Keravive is actually the cheapest thing, most affordable thing I found, and least invasive treatment that they can get instead of a serious hair transplant procedure.
Wow.
So that's a really big deal. And once you turn it around and you
Yes.
show them that angle, like, wow, you know what? I'd rather be less invasive. I'd rather save some money. So it's like a no-brainer once you get into it. That so having the knowledge of all these other options, I think, really helps talk to patients about the cost.
So smart. So you're saying comparing it to more expensive modalities that might be painful, obviously costly, and knowing that HydraFacial Keravive sits in the middle of modalities beautifully, and the price doesn't become an issue when you explain it to them like that. And obviously, since you've seen the results and you have all the pictures and you show them that and what to expect, and that's all wonderful. And Ashley, do you have anything else you want to tell us that before we end today? It's been lovely talking to you. Your amazing wealth of information. And anything else you want to add? Or
I would just say that you guys make it very easy to be passionate about this, anything to do with HydraFacial, because it's amazing no matter what you guys come up with and create. So I'm just very honored to be on this call and this video, and I'm just really stoked to see what you guys do next.
Love it, Ashley. And we are honored to have you with us and to be one of the new certification graduates for Connect. And you're just keep doing what you're doing. You're a force to reckon with. You're amazing. We watch you. We love you. And we think you're incredible. So keep pioneering ahead, and happy Keraviving.
Thank you.